Welcome in, everyone. If you are new here, I'm Cassie, and this is where I work with divine beings and channel messages from other realms in a collaboration for the betterment and upliftment of humanity. Our top priority is to address whatever obstacles you are battling in your life right now, to help guide you along your journey here on Earth at this pivotal time in history. We ask that you use your discernment because these are collective readings with multiple messages in them to help as many people as possible. So let's tap in today and see through Spirit's eyes and figure out what's getting in the way of your dreams, spiritual growth, and utmost potential. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, my readings are a little different. On your left, you will see a tarot board. And what we're going to do with that is your main leading oracle and or deity, whoever chooses to come through, your main themes for the reading will be at the center of the reading. And then we have 8 slots for the tarot cards, so that way we can get into more detail about the situation. So, now that everything is nice and smudged, let's see what decks Spirit is going to pick today. Queen of the Moon Oracle, and one more. That one, okay. And the Shaman's Oracle. Okay. I'm actually going to do the Shaman's Oracle first. So these two vibrations together, so this is feeling like somebody who is a very, like an earth witch, or just has a very shamanic path. You're very connected to the moon cycles and doing rituals and magic and working with spirits or your ancestors. Potentially some Native American roots. We're gonna see where this goes. So this deck, I love this deck. It's full of all different kinds of spirits, ancestors, people of great position back in like the days they did hieroglyphs on caves, because these are all images of actual hieroglyphs in various cultures depicting very important people who were in their tribe. So that can come in as spirits, that can come in as ancestors, that can come in as dancers, or a few other ones in here. Yeah, of shamans, all different kinds of things. So let's see what they have to do. This is a really neat deck. Oh, there's the one. Ooh, Hunter of Conflict. Okay. I will read from the book for this one, but this is giving me kind of those vibes of like there might be somebody in your unit, whatever that looks like, in a unit that is causing some kind of unnecessary conflict or havoc in your life here. But it's to ultimately challenge you and make you better. So, let's see here. I am the Hunter of Conflict. Though I may seem fierce and intractable, I hesitate to draw my sword except in defense. Rather, I seek peaceful ways to help you resolve opposition in your life. And while I may use powerful energies of conflict to fuel myself, I do not seek to gain victory over others through violence or aggression. I exist to seek out the sources of your inner conflicts, and to find ways to heal and restore you to a state of wholeness. Conflict, though we seldom choose it willingly, is deeply embedded within our collective psyche today, just as it was for our forebears. Now, as then, We see conflicts over territory, possessions, and ideas, and often these can lead to the destruction of values and ways of life. The hunter of conflict stands beside us to seek out a path of healing and counsels us to be peaceful, to lay aside old grievances and inner debate. In our own lives, we may often feel at war with ourselves, in turmoil over decisions we must make. Letting go of such anxieties clears our mind, restoring balance and inner peace. So this is like a spirit. A lot of these are spirit related, an energy, a manifestation of a spirit that hunts out the conflict in your life. The spirit wants for you to first resolve the conflict that you're having within yourself about a certain situation, so then you can go and resolve it outside. Because even if you deal with it outside, right, whatever it is, and you address it without doing any inner work around it, it's still gonna bug you afterwards. It's still gonna like be there when you're trying to go to bed at night and you're like still mad at this one person, or you're still frustrated how things played out, or you just feel like you have unresolved business, even though the situation is over, but it's something that's still stuck inside of you. So this spirit's really encouraging you to deal with whatever the situation is within yourself first before addressing it externally. So now we're going to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle and see what this lovely goddess has for you. Ooh, I got a flipper, but it's not a jumper. I take jumpers, not flippers. Very serious about this, spirit. Love this deck. Like, if you're also like into tarot cards, I always like to say the names of my decks and like talk about them a little bit. If you are, for that one person, these cards, they're beautiful, but they stick together. They don't shuffle nice. They stick together like crazy. Just so you know. But good deck otherwise. You have Waxing Crescent, Nourishment. Choose to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Feed your values. When you are jealous or envious, it is a sign of what you are actually hungering for. Pay attention to your health. Interesting. There's more about that, but coming up here with the jealous or envious. So you might be dealing with a conflict with somebody who, you know, there might be some jealousy, there might be some envy. It could be a friend, it could be a family member. We'll see. All of us have a set of values that are as individual as our own fingerprints. Sometimes we aren't sure what they might be if asked, but unconsciously we know. How do we know? Because if our values are not being met or lived, we rebel. We get angry, sad, depressed, irritable, or stuck, or we take the chaotic choice in our decision making and become aggressive. And commonly, our relationships and life are not harmonious. An example of this might be someone who has a strong value of honesty, being asked to manipulate the truth every day in a sales job. Or someone who highly values peace, being surrounded by loud, drama-filled people who are just the opposite of peaceful. Meeting our values and living by them is a sure way to nourish our being. We feel more complete and fulfilled if we are able to do that. Additionally, it probably isn't an exaggeration to say that the Western world is obsessed by food for the wrong reasons. Food is often used as pain relief, with many people overeating due to anxiety or internal pain. Food becomes a diversion rather than something that is nourishing or even simply being enjoyed. Learning to nourish bodies purely to give them what they really need is key to mental and physical health. And it says the companion stone here for this phase is emerald. That's really interesting. So I see how these two play in hand here. Yeah, these two decks were holding hands. I was like, okay, this one and this one, I don't know, but they know, I don't know. I just read the cards. So your environment, conflict. Okay. So somebody needs to move. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody needs to move. Somebody's thinking about moving. You are not in an environment, like maybe you're still like living with your family and you're like 18, 19, 20 and you want to like be out on your own. It's kind of financially a struggle, but sheesh, you done sick of living with your little sister and her frat boy boyfriend and your mom and her divorced husband and your dad and all at the same time. Like it's just, I don't know, it's cat and dogs in that house. And then nourishment, you know, relating to your well-being, your overall health, making sure that the stress, can I adjust my little ankles, making sure that the stress and the anxiety isn't causing you to overeat or stress eat or overconsume, and that you're still making good choices for yourself. Or it could be the other way around too. You might be the person who's dealing with like conflict and stress, and you can't eat because you're like sick to your stomach, where you just like have that pit and you just can't eat. So making sure that you're eating properly and eating the right stuff, because this conflict might be having a huge impact on your life. And ultimately, it's for your betterment, because this is like pushing you to an environment that is nourishing to your growth, putting you in an environment that is conducive to your well-being and your evolution, basically. So this conflict is coming up here so you can basically cut the cord. It's like, you're not gonna leave if it's comfortable. Like, you might be like, oh, I don't want to live with this roommate anymore. Oh, I don't want to live with my family anymore. Oh, I want to leave this person. I don't want to date them anymore. Whatever the situation is, right? But if it's just comfortable enough, you'll stay. You'll avoid the confrontation. You'll avoid the uncomfortable conversation, the conflict in of itself, and you just be like, this is not the right time. Is it ever the right time? Okay. So this is coming in to kind of like, yo, I know, you know, I'm spirit, okay? So I like know everything. And they're ringing at me. I like know everything. So I see your potential, and I know what you signed up for in this life, and the things that you're supposed to do and the things that you can achieve. But because you're too comfortable in this situation that you're in, you're not moving, you're not doing the thing you're supposed to do. So I'm going to come in and I'm basically going to stir the pot. I'm going to poke the bear. I'm going to get you moving. All right, let's get some road on the board. This is interesting. All right. Oh. When cards fall on their side. Your first one out is the Ten of Pentacles, but it's on its side. Just like I was saying, it's like it's there. The potential's there. If you stay, it's going to go in the reverse. But if you go, it's going to go in the upright. And trust me, you want the Ten of Pentacles. So that's your first one. Two of Cups. Collective. King of Wands. Four of Cups reverse. Judgment. The Devil. Oh, where is this going? Six of Pence reverse. And the Knight of Cups. Like I said, I took that Ten of Pen on the side. Two of Cup. King of Wand. Four of Cups. Judgment. The Devil. Six of Pentacles reverse. Knight of Cups. Two of Cups situation with this Knight of Cups here at the end. Alright. We're just gonna go with the relationship vibe because why not? Holding yourself back from achieving this Ten of Pentacles, because this is feeling like a masculine energy that's trying to get away from a feminine energy. That's what this feels like. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like a male and a female. It's just energy. We all embody both. So it's whatever you resonate more with. Like, I've seen plenty of women who are the man of the house, let me tell you. Now, we have this King of Wands and this Four of Cups. You are this King of Wands, this creator being that wants to make this Ten of Pentacles happen, but you're stagnant. The Four of Cups is stagnant energy. Not moving, been still a little while, procrastination, boredom, complaining even. Judgment. Under your Ten of Pentacles. The Devil. Under your Two of Cups. Under your relationship card, friend. Six of Pentacles reverse under your King of Wands. This is interesting. Six of Pentacles is about balance, even, give and take. When it's in the reverse, that means somebody's doing all the giving and somebody else is doing all the taking. I think you know which one you are, collective. I think you do. Four Cups, boredom. Boredom with the cup, which is the Two of Cups and the Devil. Knight of Cups. I want to move away. This is moving away with the cup. Collective. So there's it's clearly a relationship or a friendship and you're living in like the same house. But with this Devil energy coming under the Two of Cups, like it just reeks. I can't even say I smell karmic. It reeks karmic situation. You've learned your lessons. You've found the incompatibilities. You might be very young in your energy or newer to dating or just only had a handful of relationships potentially. That's for some of you, not all of you. And you're learning all the things that you do want because you learned all the things now that you don't want. Okay. And Spirit's like, yo, you have the potential to be like King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. This is an empire. This is a master creator masculine building his empire. Okay? With all of the drive and tenacity and endurance to do so. And with the Knight of Cups, you want to take the cup and move forward. This is your love. This is your passion. This is what emotionally fulfills you. But it's been put on the curbside because of some relationship where you're sharing a cup or sharing a space and they're in Devil energy. They're being sneaky, they're being shady, they're lying, being deceitful, they're hiding in their wounds, they're pointing the finger, they're not taking accountability for their actions or their responsibilities that are required of them. And your ancestors are like, oh, hell no. You came here to be so much more than bossed around by this. You came here to be so much more than what this person is giving you. You are capable of so much more than what this person is giving you. Of making that for yourself. And then sharing that with somebody who's actually worthy of you and your energy and your time, collective. So, this is your confirmation. It is time to do so. Now, I'm going to pull a card from the Alchemy deck as a closing final oracle. And then I might take a titty bit or two of device from some of my mini decks over here. We'll see how sassy I feel. Now, which one? Ooh. This one is the yellowing. And we are going to... Aging, transitioning, waning. Indicating transition, the yellowing leads us into the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing of pages of the beloved novel or the ochre blanket of the leaves in fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end. A return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow can be the marker of a long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun and the cheer of forsythia in February. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. It leads us forward like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what's to come. Take heed, the transition is here, rather by yoke or by bile. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. Wasn't that just nice? Alright, collective. I'm gonna pull from the daily healing for you too. I am, but what a beautiful confirmation right there at the end. That says everything. To pretty much wrap this up, but because I feel like you just need a little extra you're getting some. It says acquire gratitude for life itself. So being caught up in all of this, it might feel like my world is ending, right? Like I feel like this is never gonna end, and I'm always gonna feel like crap, and it's never gonna go away, and everything sucks, and you know, everything is pissing you off. You bump your knee, you get mad. You spill something, you get even more mad. You're trying to text something and you text the wrong word, and you're just like, you autocorrect. Like you are not in necessarily a positive energy. Not necessarily a bad one all the time, but it feels like you're very easily annoyed because you're dealing with the situation. It says, practice speaking positively about other people and events, and especially the future. And then create healthy boundaries with those around you. So those are the 3 little titty bits. Collective, they pretty much speak for themselves. You got this. The power is in you. And it feels very evident that something is awesome and waiting for you around the corner, but you just got to get through this initiation. You got to be like, enough is enough. I need to figure out me, and I need to do that in my own space, in my own time, without all of you. And I think you're going to be so much happier once you get through this. Those are the messages that I have for you guys tonight. I hope this reading helped, and I'll see you in the next one.